think we got to talk about this. Our friend, well, not our friend, Jusuf Nurkic had some interesting things to say to Duane Rankin of AZ Central. And I'm going to read one quote because this was the money quote to me. Can we put that up there, Noah? It's quote, "So it's fine for me, just being a pro and do the best I can. Work and stay ready for whatever might be. But there is no chaos or bringing that to this team. They already have plenty of it." He's already referring to them as they and saying that this team has plenty of plenty of chaos. He also said or claims that Bud went full Monty Williams and had not spoken to him for 2 straight months.
You know, when you hear people talk, especially in moments of adversity, it tends to reveal where they are without them maybe saying that or without them physically showing it, and even more so who they are.
Yeah.
Get asked a simple question from Duane Rankin, who's doing great work over at the Republic. And the immediate response that you get to is it's emanating someone that is detached from the situation that they're presently in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also emanating someone that's speaking as if they're absolved from any blame in terms of accountability with why the situation has gotten to where it is.
I think the great philosopher Jusuf Nurkic once said, "That brother needs help."
Yeah,
and
that brother need a hug too.
Yeah, because here's another quote from Nurkic to Duane Rankin: "One door closed, another will open eventually, sooner or later." And then he says, "Does he think he'll be here?" "Yeah, for sure. Because we're the Phoenix Suns and the new collective bargaining agreement and all those rules. It's not easy to get traded when you're over the second apron. Even that I can't control." This is a man that is down bad and trying to burn some bridges. It's funny. It's almost like the Funhouse Mirror of Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. You newsflash, you don't have the same leverage as Jimmy Butler in any capacity. Again. To the point that I was bringing up earlier, he's in a very, very bad way. And I know he said in a break glass in case of emergency scenario, would he get minutes? After this released in the third quarter, I think it was.
Yeah.
There's no way he's touching the court for this team.
He's probably not ever going to be on that bench again after that. By the way, he also said in terms of Coach Bud, "We don't have a relationship." That's a direct quote.
I mean, that's 4.5, 5 months after he just flew over to Bosnia on his dime to see you in the offseason to start to try to build a relationship.
Yeah, I mean, he likes to call himself the Bosnian Beast, but I think he dropped the East part. I think it's just the Bosnian B right now. I mean, that is a lot going on there with Jusuf Nurkic. But I think the appropriate way to respond to that, I've got a meme, one of my favorite from the movie Office Space. Can we show the first one, Noah, that we have? It's the first meme from Office Space. It's the two Bobs sitting at the table looking across. It says, "It looks like you've been missing a lot of Nurk lately." And then they turn to the other side of the table, and in this case, it's going to be Coach Bud that says, "Wouldn't say I've been missing him, Bob," because that is the way you got to feel about Jusuf Nurkic right now if you're the Phoenix Suns. Been nice to have you there. Now leave, please.
Yeah. My big thing with it, these comments, especially being the timeliness of them coming from, I think it was pregame, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like he's saying that he didn't have anything to do with why the relationships are strained to the extent that they are. He wasn't playing well. He was given far more rope than a lot of people said that he needed early in the season.
Man, he hung himself with it.
Correct. And then on top of that, he comes back from injury. The team is in a bad way trying to turn the corner after a losing streak. And then he goes out and does the fake tough guy moment that gets him knocked back, 5 games or 3 games for suspension? They're already in a bad way. Now they're operating without their best center at that moment. And then he tries to come back, and then he's in the way in terms of them trying to execute to the level that they need to rewrite the kind of the sails of their ship at that moment in time. So it's like instance after him not showing up for the team, after instance of him not showing up. It's just compounding to the point where there's zero trust.
Well, if this guy really wants to leave, why the hell are you saying this in the media? Because unlike Jimmy Butler, unlike some of these other guys that try to dictate what's going on with them, you have no cachet, and everything you say or do is going to hurt your value even more, and you are going to get stuck in the situation that you obviously want nothing to do with.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. We also do a video, thanks to Gerald Bourget, of Coach Budenholzer talking about the article as well.
Talking with Nurkic, and he was talking about your relationship with him, and doesn't think you guys have one. So you guys hadn't talked in like a couple months. Maybe where are you seeing it with Nurkic in terms of your relationship with him right now?
It's never easy in this league. He hasn't played. I'm sure he's frustrated. So I respect that.
Coach, has there been conversation with him about it, or is it just kind of one of those things where you wait and see if the opportunity presents itself for him to get on the court again?
There's been conversations that have been had. There's been communication, but we got 3 or 4 guys that play the same position. We're going to go with who we think gives us our best chance. You got to earn your minutes, and that's been communicated.
And so far in the locker room, he's been a good teammate still, and all of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't have anything to say or add to that or anything like that. So, he was obviously sick and wasn't with us for a while. So, he's been fine.
I mean, if you're into body language and all of that, the ear tug from Bud in response to the question, that said everything you needed to know as far as what the relationship is, what the presence in the locker room is, the lack of trust, and the basic responses that keep being given from Bud in response to all the questions about Nurkic. Earn your minutes, trust, all of these little things. It's not there, man.
By the way, if anybody ever asks me about you, or for that matter, anybody, and I speak like that, get the box, get your desk ready. It's probably not going to be long for one of us, because I don't, like, he's not even hiding it at this point.
No, he can't.
Mean, if I got asked that, I probably would have just, at that point, just be honest. I mean, Nurk just went on record, like, just torching you. Like, I'm surprised Bud just wasn't like, next question.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Wow.
Yeah.
you got to earn those minutes, and you ain't going to ever earn them here. Wow. It's just a wild situation. It's just crazy. And, it's a lot easier for Bud to go out there and talk like that, because now he's like, yeah, you see Nick Richards?
Yep.
Shut up.
Yep. It was impossible for him to do that without having somebody that could adequately replace him and do so in a positive way. Now they found that for 4 games. And the team is clearly responding to Nick Richards' position. That's a changing of the guard in the literal sense. There's no way he touches the court for this team again.
I'm telling you, I'm not sure that he will even be with the team after this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Because what positivity is he bringing to the locker room if you're speaking on the team as if you're independent of the team, on top of the relationship strained with the coach, and you basically airing the dirty laundry of your relationship. That's not everybody's relationship with Bud. That's yours with your head coach.
Well, and it's so petty too. Nathan goes, do you want Bud to say, I hate the guy? He's being, yeah, we know he's being professional. We're being sarcastic with the situation. I know he's got to say that. I just think it's hilarious because he's at the point where you can tell what he wants to say. It's so very entertaining. Also, I think that the whole approach, is just shows you everything you need to know about Nurk. So
for sure, you get hit with a little bit of adversity, it always shows true colors. And how many instances of that do you have to see? Especially speaking of this season, where he gets hit with adversity in a game, he can't respond, gets hit with a slightest bit from an opponent, and he sucker punches somebody, and then does the tough guy act, and then gets hit with some more in the act of not playing and not getting minutes, and starts to air dirty laundry. Like that's 3 strikes in baseball. That's a strikeout.
We all silly like the mayor.